What's up, everybody? Sensei here. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the video. And if you're living in the UK or Europe, let eRides provide you with all your PEV needs and accessories. Let's get this video underway. So I'm going to take you along today on part of my commute, at least the New York City side of it. Couldn't do the Jersey side because it was just too dark to film. And anybody that shoots with action cams know they do not shoot the best in low light situations. At least mine anyway. But it's a story for another time. So I just came out of the midpoint of Penn Station, and it sits underneath Madison Square Garden. Okay, 33rd, 7th Ave. Depending on what side you come out, you can come out on the 8th Avenue side or the 7th Avenue side. And if you look off to the left, that is Madison Square Garden. You can get a little bit shot of it. Okay. So I'm going to go down, make this right, and I'm going to make my way over to 50th and Lexington. Now, this is my second time riding in the city. The first time was the Broadway bomb. I think all of you that watched my videos got to see that video. That was fun. But I lived in New York City for like 7 years, and I've worked here for the last 26 years, and I still work in New York City, so I spend a lot of time here. I spend more time in New York than I do probably Jersey, and I love it. And if you listen, New York will talk to you. And that's what I love about the city. You know that they always say if you can make it in New York, you can make it anywhere. I know that sounds cliche, but I do believe that. It's just, there's no place like it. And anyone that comes here will tell you that. You know, you hear a lot of people say that. Whether you love it or you hate it, there is no place like New York City. And I do love coming into the city every day. And it is a prime spot for me. And I will give you guys some information about me. You're going to learn a few things about me. So, the city is a perfect canvas for me. Reason being, I'm a musician, I'm a trained actor. You know, on the musician side of it, I played in a band in the early 2000s. We cut a few CDs. We played every club, bar, and dive bar in New York City. I'm telling you. And it was good times. It was good times. On the acting side, I did a lot of off-Broadway plays. And I loved acting, but I really loved the behind-the-scenes stuff. I like the writing aspect of it more so than the acting. I don't know, I just love the creating, just taking words and creating something out of nothing, just from your thoughts, putting it down on paper and then bringing it to life. And then I'm also a comic book publisher, an independent comic book publisher. I've been doing that for a while, and I probably have seen some of you people, especially because I know like a lot of EUC guys are into comic books and anime and things like that. And if you ever attended the New York Comic Con, you've probably seen me there. You know, I actually helped build that show up. I attended that show for many, many years. I don't do it anymore. I just feel that the New York Comic Con got too commercial. But yeah, I love comics, and it's just part of me. And riding this EUC, is the closest thing that I'll ever get to feeling like Silver Surfer blasting through the city. You know, my comic books have been published, they've been sold all over the world, and I had some projects that I was working on. Then this whole pandemic came along and kind of sidetracked everything, but I will definitely get back on track with that. But in the meantime, let's talk about the EUC. So I'm blasting up Park Avenue right now, and I love this part of Park Avenue. I used to kind of ripping up through here on my mountain bike, and that building straight up ahead is the MetLife building, and you might remember that building from the remake of Godzilla. That's the building that Godzilla smashed through. The infamous cutoff tunnel was at the lower left there. The entrance was a little bit further back, or famous, depending on how you look at it. But it is fun just ripping up through here. And it's just, you just lean into this turn right here. Just watch out for this truck. And this passageway, this little road, will actually go down underneath the MetLife building. You'll see it coming up. But I would rather ride my EUC. A lot of times I walk this route, or I'll take the subway. I prefer walking over the subway, but I prefer riding the EUC over all that. I mean, I'm covering a lot of ground fairly quickly, and I'm just taking my time. And as I'm riding, I'm memorizing the terrain. I'm memorizing the bumps and the potholes and where the manhole covers are. And what I'll do, I'll stick with this route for a while. I'll ride this same route till I can memorize everything on the road, so I don't get any surprises. You know what I mean? And each time that I ride, I'll pick up the pace once I familiarize myself with what's what the road conditions are and the imperfections are on the road. Because walking is one thing, riding on the EUC is another. So I'm back on Park Ave. And I'm going to go up here and I'm going to make a right onto 50th Street. Right here. And I'm heading over toward Lexington Avenue. And this is the east side. Anything east of 5th Avenue is considered the east side. Once you cross over 5th onto 6th, it's considered the west side. So this is the east side, and there it is right here. So if anyone ever wants to ride, you can meet me in the city right here at 50th and Lexington. Stop in, ask for Charles. That's my first name. And we can ride. Just give me a heads up a day before. If you ever need an emergency charge, I'm here. I work Monday through Friday. And that's it. Guess what? My work day is over, baby. It's time to head back. 2:30. Woohoo! Let's do it. Actually, one of my co-workers was watching me take off on this thing. He was just amazed watching me ride. And I'm going to cut up 51st. We got this dude on his delivery bike. A lot of these guys ride e-bikes too. A lot of them. I don't think he has an e-bike though. I think he has just a regular. And I'm all up on the screen trying to see. No, I think he does have an e-bike. So now we're going to cut back across Park Ave. And I'm just going to give you guys a tour here. Just give everybody a tour. And they just actually resurfaced the road over there. Pretty large portion of Park Avenue too. But as you can see, all the different manhole covers and bumps and stuff. Yeah, you got to be on top of your toes riding in New York City. So now, get ready to cut across Madison Avenue. And up on the left is St. Patrick's Cathedral. I didn't get a shot of the whole thing, but it's pretty big. It's pretty big. You're just seeing one side of it. It takes up like a whole block. You missed Fifth Avenue. I cut that part out. I didn't want to make the video too long. It's already long enough. And up on the left here is Radio City Music Hall. If you ever want to come see the Christmas Spectacular, the Rockettes, I actually got to see Lenny Kravitz here. Lenny puts on a great show, and there is no bad seat in the house. Radio City, man, it's not a huge place, so all the seats are good, man. Really good place to see a concert. A little bit pricey. But yeah, Lenny jammed that night. So we are at 6th Avenue, Avenue of Americas, aka Death Ave. That's what it's known for. And we got this sanitation truck here, garbage truck, demolition truck, one of the three. Now just kind of zip past that. And I was having a blast. Weather was nice. I definitely want to get some new attire as far as riding gear. I had a ton of layers on, and I want to get a motorcycle sweat jacket, like one of the easy rolling jackets. I want to get something like that, just something I can get in and get out of really quick. Now up here you have 7th Ave. On the other side is Broadway. And you guys probably remember some of this from my Broadway Bomb video. And if you make that left, that'll shoot you down into Times Square. Stardust Cafe, I've eaten there quite a few times. It's been a while though. That's actually a famous church there. I think that's David Wilkerson's church right there. Yeah, it's right here, David Wilkerson's church. So again, we're just making our way across. Where I'm heading now is to the Hudson Bike Path. And here we go. I had to let the pedestrian go. And we are almost over to 12th Avenue. And this bike path is really nice. I know that who's ever watching this video, you've probably seen it in a lot of other riders' videos, the bike path. And this thing goes all the way from downtown all the way up to the George Washington Bridge. Actually, I think past the George Washington Bridge. And here we go. I remember when they first built this, when they were working on this. Yeah, I actually rode my my GT from 36th Street and 9th Avenue up to 125th and got a flat tire. I had no cash on me. I didn't think I had my wallet on me, so I couldn't catch the subway. I couldn't catch a cab. And I had to walk my bike from 125th all the way down to West 36th Street. I was hot under the collar that day. I was ready to chuck that bike right in the freaking river, I'm telling you. It's just the bike cost too much money, so I decided to walk it. Oh my goodness, never forget that. But just taking my time, because I'm actually holding 2 cameras. And I think what I want to do is actually get a chest mount. That way my hands are free. You know, I just really don't want to be riding around with a selfie stick with too much traffic going on in the city. That's just me anyway. But as you can see, I have a ton of layers on. I got the reflective shirt. I got a sweatshirt. I got a, what's that other thing called? Under Armour heat gear. Then I have my pads. You know, it's like that upper body pads. It has the shoulder pads, elbow pads, and the back pad in it. And then a t-shirt. And I felt like Ralphie from the Christmas Story. Excuse me. Trying to get dressed. Yeah, it was just too much. So that's why I want to get one of the armored sweat hoodies. One of the armored hoodies to ride in. That'll be just so much easier to get in and out. If you wear that with like the Under Armour heat gear, you'll definitely be warm enough. And I didn't really get a good shot of it, but the pants that I'm wearing, I had them on in the last video. Those are just a pair of my snowboarding pants. Those things are over 12 years old, and they work fantastic. And look for those. You know, you can find these things on clearance racks for like 20 bucks, 25 bucks. You just have to look around. You don't always have to buy the top end stuff. What I tell people is a lot of times all these things are made in the same factory with a different name tag sewn in it. And I'm just cruising right now.
It sound right, boy.
And just taking my time, having a good ride. I believe my total mileage for the day was about 14.7. If I added in, you know, the mileage from New Jersey when I got home, I believe it was 14.7 miles. And my eyes are tearing up so bad, or I'm just crying because I'm enjoying the ride so much. But yeah, man, I had tears running out my eyes. I actually ordered myself some not goggles, but I ordered these cycling glasses. They're a lot bigger and they cover more of your face. It looks almost like goggles, but they hook on like sunglasses. I was just going to wear my snowboarding goggles, but I'm just going to stick with the sunglasses. Something I can take on and off fairly quickly. And I caught Lance Armstrong here, but I'm getting ready to turn off to head back over to Madison Square Garden. I love riding on that path. I just want to come in and actually get on at 34th Street and just ride it all the way down into the financial district. Really great ride. And what I'm going to do is just let you jam out to a tune, and I'll come back in and close the video out. we made it back to Penn Station, Madison Square Garden, off to the left. One of the largest post office in the world and probably the slowest. And I think today pretty much cemented why I will not get the Sherman for my next wheel. I love the Sherman, but I need something that's more commuter friendly. I picked the Tesla up, I can't tell you how many times, carrying it upstairs, carrying up escalators that aren't turned on, and I was very thankful. Tesla's 42 pounds, the Sherman's 80 pounds. Do the math. And a lot, like I said, man, there's just some of these subway stations, if you have to use the subway, that, I mean, they're huge. And anyone that lives in New York knows exactly what I'm talking about, especially like the Lexington Avenue station, having to lug that thing up that escalator, because a lot of times that thing's turned off or broken. And I'm just making my way down to the gate now. I actually forgot that I had the camera turned on the EUC, but it's pretty cool. You guys can actually see some behind the scenes. And yeah, I really enjoyed riding today. Great time. I just popped up the trolley handle. See, that's what I'm talking about, man. It's just, I'm snapping my thumbs here, snapping my fingers. It's just, I need a commuter-friendly wheel. Something that's faster, something that's going to be, give me some more battery time too. The Tesla battery. I love the Tesla, but I need something with a bigger battery on it. So I'm still looking. And that is it. I'm going to hit the switch here so I can lift it up. There's a huge gap. Thank you so much for joining me. Like videos like this, give this a double thumbs up. Sub to the channel. I'm Sensei. Ride your wheel like you hate it. Hello. Good night.